Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything. King and queens, I hope everybody is doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for me today. I wanted to talk about this because it's been heavy on my mind. I've had this conversation with my bros before about just the support, you know what I mean? And even the lack of the support that we have with the intermediate circle, intermediate family, you know what I mean? Close friends, companions, whatever the case may be. A lot of times, I don't think people on the side of us see the vision the way that we see the vision. And I think it's ultimately up to us to prove to them and even people who are not supporters yet that we're on a path of success, that they can actually see, okay, the work that they're putting in is paying off. Now, I can say that, and also, too, in my mind, and a lot of other people who do content, we feel like people that are close to us should automatically just be in support, especially for those that know, okay, I know my friend, I know my partner, I know my brother, I know my, you know what I mean? You would think off rip, like, okay, these people know us. They know our character. They know the work we put in. And then you have that thought about why does it take for other people to start supporting me, for my people to start supporting me? And it's a toss up, man. I get in my head about that a lot. I try not to worry about who don't support me and actually lock in with the people that do support me. And it's always strangers. Of course, I'm gonna have this selective few people that support me. And it's not that many. That I'm just saying that I talk to on a day-to-day basis is what I'm saying. It's people that I've shaken hands with, that I've called my bro, whatever the case, that do not support. And you look at it like you're almost dead weight in a sense, but it's like I love you, but I need to love you from a distance. Sometimes it gets to that. You get too caught up in it. But then again, is it good to do that or is it bad to do that? Should it be a mix of, oh, they don't support me when I do what I'm doing as far as content? So does that mean that they support me? Or should we learn how to separate that? Should it be a different way of looking at it? Or should we just look at it on one side? It's one spectrum. So always more than one way to think about anything. You know what I mean? So that's how I view it. I believe that, if in my mind, I believe I'm a true supporter of my homies and the people that I know around me that do content. I don't mind liking somebody's stuff. I don't mind sharing their stuff. I don't mind watching their content. It's not a problem for me. But sometimes others don't feel the same about you. They may feel threatened. They may feel like, oh, it's not going to work out for them. Or I don't know what they think, honestly. I can't even put myself in their shoes when it comes to that because my mind doesn't stoop to that level of not being able to support. So, but yeah, let's get into these. I got a couple videos. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I got some videos I want to watch and let y'all decide. You know what I mean?
People, we are black people. We are our own problem. We wake up messy, go to sleep messy. We are trying so hard to bring each other down just to go viral, just to get some attention. The real problem is we always looking for a problem in each other and no solution. When you trying to find a solution, it comes to an argument. Black men don't like black women. Black women got a problem with black men. And look at how these kids acting. They acting just like y'all. They learn from y'all. They talk like y'all. You don't see no other race on live talking about their own people. You don't see no other race on social media bringing each other down but us.
That's facts. I got a story where I was in a restaurant one time with a group of people, of course, my people, right? And I started to notice, just because I'm a person that loves to analyze and I view things and I look at things different, I be in my own head a lot. So I'm sitting at the table with them and I'm noticing as people coming in, because it was a packed bar, as people coming in, all walks of life, they were only targeting the black people. When they came in, they would be like, oh, look at their hair, or look at their clothes, or look how they walk. It would be immediately judging them. Every time a person that was not black walked in, it was crickets. It was nothing. And I'm like, man, I got to get away from this. And of course, those group of people I no longer hang around, amongst many other things. But I'm just saying that one thing stuck out. It stood out to me. It's like, why do we treat each other like this? Why do we do each other like this? Down to what a person is driving, down to where they're living, where they're working, the way they wear their clothes, the way they walk and talk. It's just like, it's stupid. And I don't know if it's rooted from hate or us not loving ourselves or us not being where we want to be, or I don't know what it is. I don't know what that pattern is or why we're so stuck on disrespecting each other. But we got to get off that.
And then you blame the government when you the one stealing from each other. Y'all can't even build together. You can't even walk through a black neighborhood and let somebody mad at you. Where you from? I look just like you. All this research and you don't even know who you are. All you have is a bunch of excuses.
That's facts. I remember Nipsey said something one time. He was like in an interview, and I can't remember the full context of what it was, but I remember him saying basically that they would go ride through enemies' hoods. Not him in per se, just he was just talking about the gang life. He was just like, it's crazy how we'll go and search for our oppositions, the people that we, you know what I mean, are enemies of and we don't get along with, how we'll go look for somebody that looks just like us. We going to get somebody, whether they, you know, on the blue side or on the red side, but we'll go and target somebody who look just like us. He may have a fro, he may got braids, he may sag his pants, he may wear the same, you know what I mean, gear that I rock, he may walk like me, talk like me, but we targeting him. And if you think about it, that's such a psychological warfare. That's such a psychological, you know, I don't even know what to label it, but it's deep rooted psychologically. It's almost like you looking in the mirror and you hating yourself. You seeing somebody that look just like you, and versus you actually trying to show love, get to know, trying to get to build, you would rather destroy. So your whole plan is to seek and destroy.
Black people don't want to see other black people win, and that's the problem in our community. Matter of fact, that is the biggest problem in our community. You can ask a black person something, and the first thing they'll say is 1099. And you be like, what? Bro, I ain't giving no game out for free.
No, listen to me when I tell y'all this. I had a family member tell me to go do the research that they did, and I was asking for advice. I was willing to pay them to teach and show me. I'm not going to get into specifics, but I'm like, teach me and show me, right? Just go do the research on your own like I did. Family, mind you. Family. You got people that are strangers that are willing to help you more than family will. And yes, we put a lot on that word family, but family don't always mean that y'all are connected blood-wise. I got some family. I got some brothers that I know for a fact will have my back that are not my cousins or not my brothers. They're not intermediate, you know what I'm saying? They're not actually in the bloodline. So don't put too much weight and don't put too much on that word friend. And don't put too much on that word family. I'm telling you.
You're going to have to give me $10 or you got to give me $100. And not only that, even when you give a black person some advice for free, the first thing they do is go fuck it up for everybody. So I do kind of understand why people charge, because they know half of the time black people just ain't gonna pay. But things like this is what we should be talking about in the community.
But it's crazy how y'all don't pay each other. Y'all don't want to look out for each other, but y'all not telling Nike that. Y'all not telling Gucci that. Y'all not telling all of these other corporations that are not willing to give you a sale. They're not willing to give you a discount. But you know, since you kind of have a connection or relationship, or we just share the same skin tone, you in your mind believe and think that, oh, I should be able to get over on you. You should be able to drop your prices for me. You know how times is. Times is hard. You know, times is rough. Yeah, your Bill's not saying that. Your Bills is not going to have no mercy on you. Your car company, they not going to have no leniency on you. They can give a dang less about what you going through. And that's the same for a black person that's running a business. These are my prices. You can either accept or neglect. That's fine. It's up to you. But I'm not going to lower any prices just because we're the same race. That's wild.
I look at white people. I look at Hispanics, the Indian people. All them good people, they stick together. They help each other out. And that's the main reason why you see so many of them in the same community, because they always stick together. And not only that, they always respect each other's boundaries. And I can give y'all a prime example. One black person can move in a community full of white people. A house can come available right now, and another group of black people move in. And the first thing they'll start doing is playing loud music. Kids all in the road. Shit all over the yard. Now, everybody in the neighborhood, house looking good, grass looking good, grass cut, no trash nowhere. And that right there alone will fuck it up and make every black person look bad. Because first of all, I've been over here. Me and the neighbors, we've been cool. They come to my house, I go to their house, they kids play with my kids. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Black people, until y'all change y'all mindset and the way y'all think, I promise you, we can get together.
That's serious. That's facts. And I had a video where I was just talking about living in areas that are more affordable, and how sometimes you're going to have to deal with people that mentally may not align with you, even though you're living in a place where it's not as expensive. It's kind of like middle class. So now you're more subject to dealing with people who may not be on your level of thinking. Like, I've lived in places, in spaces where my rent is 800 to 900. Now you can say what you want to say. You're going to have to deal with certain people that come in that may not be as clean as you are. They may not be as considerate as you are. When you come in, you may turn your music down. You may deal with your neighbor who may not be like that. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, sometimes those things align. You got people who just don't think when it comes to being civilized. And if it's a place where it's affordable, you're going to deal with people who may not have the best, so they may not care. Like, I'm living in a space right now where it's nice. It's not bad, but it's pretty equal with who lives here. You got a nice couple that lives across from me. You got an older lady that I see in the morning that lives over there. She keep her balcony door open. She has a lot of plants. It's super nice. But then if you go over here to this building, you got nothing but inconsiderate people. They be outside bumping their music all the time. They walk past right in front of your door. I'm just saying, sometimes we're not considerate. And sometimes the spaces that you put yourself in, you're just going to be in spaces where people like that live. Now, if you go and you paying $1,500 for rent, you may not deal with that as much. You may occasionally have a neighbor that may be a little nosy or something like that, but I've experienced, and I'm only speaking from my experience. I'm not saying that this is everywhere. I'm just saying sometimes when you live in certain areas, you're going to have to deal with people who may be careless. They may not care as much as you. That don't mean that, all black people are like that. You just got some.
Like, niggas hate on niggas that's close to them because it's easier to hate on somebody who you feel like you on the same level with. Let's be real, bro. Birds hang with birds, dolphins hang with dolphins, cats hang with fucking cats. If you around a bunch of niggas who ain't got shit going on and you feel like they on your level too. So it's easier to hate on him than to hate on a nigga down the street who got millions. You know what I mean? Look, niggas sit up. And this is another thing too. Niggas hate and don't know they hate no niggas. And let me tell y'all niggas something. Y'all quit thinking that you're not hating just because you telling the truth about a nigga.
That's hating too.
Look, if you sit up and say, man, that nigga down the street broke as fuck, and just because he don't have no money, and you can sit up and say, well, I'm just telling the truth though. No, nigga, you're hating.
Nah.
Because guess what? That what you're saying is coming from a place of fucking envy, or coming from a place of anger. Just because you tell the truth about a nigga, don't mean that you're not hating. Man, that nigga, man, don't lying, man, nigga. He lying. That nigga be doing shit to this and that. You're hating, bro.
Cause you giving his truths. That's not your place. Yeah, it's not your place.
No, that's real. That's facts. I do believe that, again, like I said in the beginning, I think it stems from a place of envy. I think people feel like, okay, oh, he already got a little small fan base, or he already got a small support system, or he already got people who really rock with what he do. Why do he need me to do it? Why I gotta support him? He already straight. Because maybe your added on support that you think is small could be huge. Yeah, I got these outsiders supporting me, but you're supposed to be my partner. You're supposed to be my dog. It may feel 10 times or 1,000,000 times better to know that I got some support from somebody that I either grew up with as my family member or whatever. It feels that much more important. It feels like, okay, I'm getting acknowledged from the people that see me when I was small, or even before I even started, when I was just planting a seed of an idea. This was just an idea. We talked about this before I had the mic, before I had the lights, before I had the computer, before I had the laptop, before I had over 50 subscribers. We talked about it before, when I had none. And now yo, bro, like, dang, bro, I see you on there doing your thing. They showing love, they sharing your stuff. Y'all gotta start just realizing how the small things matter to people. It ain't always the big things. I'm not telling you to go to your job and tell everybody, oh, my bro do content. I'm not telling you to tap your girl, hey, go subscribe. Like, I'm not saying all of that. You ain't gotta wear the shirt with my face on it. You ain't gotta do all that. But a small gesture, like, share, comment, a text, like, dang, bro, I see you doing your thing. Some affirmations from your people. Some affirmations from those that are around you, your family, your friend. It feels good. It feels amazing. You lose no money, no sleep, no energy by doing that. It cost me $0 to repost my homeboy stuff. Then when somebody want to stop fooling with y'all, y'all get mad. Because if you can't even support me, then what kind of friend do I need? Why do I need to keep you around? Then it goes back to what I said at the beginning. Then when do you start to feel like I need to remove people out of my life? Then do you start to say, you know what? If you can't help me in what I'm trying to pursue, you may not be a good friend for me. Because what I'm doing is who I am. Me doing this reaction stuff, I'm speaking from real life-ish. I'm speaking from real life existence. I mean, situations and scenarios. From real life situations. The places I've lived, the spaces I've been in, the environments I've been in, the relationships I've been in, the women I've dealt with, the homies that may have turned their back on me or felt like I did the same. I'm speaking from real life-ish. That's all I could give y'all. This is me. There is no faking and fraud. There's none of that going on. Me messing up, uttering and stuttering over my words. I'm keeping all of this in. I gotta be real. I want people to see the growth. I want people to see that it's possible. So yes, stuff like that matters. To me, it matters. And I'm about to start removing people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being honest with myself. It's healthy for your mindset to remove the people that you feel like are not trying to lift you up, but they're either trying to pull you down or keep you stagnant. That's facts. So start supporting each other, man. It's free. It don't cost no money to support your homie. It don't cost no money to support your homegirl. It don't cost no bread to like something. It don't cost no money to reshare. It don't cost nothing to just send some positive words to a person like, man, I see you doing your thing. Proud of you. It's free. We don't know how much power we have if we aren't together. And we will never know if we don't even attempt to try to be together. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. Yell at me. We elevating till we hit our head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go on.